Okay, so I know most of you guys have done some yoga before, right? I think some, a little bit here and there. Okay, so we're just gonna do a little bit of warm up. So if you want to stand up, let me make sure you can see me. You're gonna have to bear with me while I figure this out. So stand up. And then I want you to lift up your arms, and when you do, take a big breath in your belly. So inhale, raise up, hands together, exhale, go down. And you can put through your mouth or nose, either one. Inhale, really big, and exhale. And then one more time, and then lean your arms up. Inhale, then grab your left wrist with your right hand, and then stretch over to the right. Your body might crack a little bit, and then inhale up and grab the other wrist and stretch over to the left. Good. And then inhale up, exhale your arms down and shake them around. Shake it off. Okay, this one takes some skill. Don and Diana know this one, so I want to see if you guys can do this too. Bring your arms out. Are you ready for this? Because this takes some, it's hard. Move your right arm in circles forward. Now move your left arm in circles backwards at the same time. So arm. And now it gets better. Make those circles get bigger and bigger. So your right arm's going forward, your left arm's going backwards. Don't worry if you're not getting it. You're still just having fun. Now stop like a clock. Now the right arm goes back and the left arm goes forward in big circles, getting smaller. Oh, you guys are doing really well. That's really good. And then bring your hands out and then up together and then hands down to your chest. One more. I want you guys to bring your feet together and just bend over, release your arms down. Let your head and neck relax down. So you're just kind of give it a gentle shake. And then like your spine is a bicycle chain, roll it up one little bit at a time. And then one more, just roll it down. And then roll it back up. And then come back down to seated. I knew we couldn't get through this without a dog bark. You guys are great. You guys are yoga naturals. You guys did really well. Now, one more. I want you to put your hand on your lower belly. Take a big breath in your lower belly so that it pushes out your hands. So inhale, and then exhale, and then inhale, and exhale. Now take a big breath in your lower belly and then right above your lower belly, so in your ribs. So inhale, lower belly, and then up to the ribs. Exhale down. Now we're gonna go all the way up. So start in the lower belly, move to the ribs, and then move up to the chest. So start, inhale, lower belly, move that breath up to the ribs, up to the chest, and then exhale, back down. Then inhale your arms up one more time. This time, lean forward so your hands, I'll sit back, so your hands go on the ground. Walk your fingertips forward, and then inhale, straighten your spine out, and exhale, walk your fingertips forward to go a little bit further down. And then just relax down. And roll your spine back up. You guys did great.
Awesome. Thank you. So the story that today is called The Cloud. And it is a story about service and sacrifice. And I wonder, when you hear the word sacrifice, what do you think of? Anybody know what sacrifice means? Or what service means? What does service mean? We talk about service a lot.
Sacrifice?
Go ahead.
sacrifice is something you sacrifice and is something you, or a sacrifice is something you give up for the greater good.
Yeah, wow, what a perfect definition. You give up for the greater good. So when you're doing service, you're helping others, and when you make a sacrifice, it's something to help others that kind of costs you something, right? You're giving something up for the greater good. What a perfect definition. So this story is called The Cloud, and it is the last of this series that we're using is called Story and Stretch, and they are seasonal stories. And this is the last story of summer. And even though technically it is fall today, I thought we could get away with doing one more summer story before we move into our fall stories. So I'm going to read the story to you, and I want you to really be listening to it. And then we're going to go through some questions, and we'll answer the questions in part using yoga poses to really help us settle into the story. Hi, Bridget. The Cloud. One hot summer morning, a little cloud floated merrily across a clear blue sky, kind of like we have today. Looking down at the Earth's surface, the cloud noticed that the ground was becoming more and more dry, more and more brown. The cloud thought back to when it was a little cloud child listening to the older clouds tell stories of Earth's once lush surface and its magnificent shades of green. Oh, how it wished to see that. Looking more closely, the cloud noticed the poor people of Earth struggling to work in the desolate fields. As the sun's rays beat down on them, the cloud floated easily on the breeze. Oh, if only I could help the poor people of Earth, the cloud thought. If only I could help to make their work easier. If only I could give the hungry food and give the thirsty people a drink. Well, with each passing hour, the cloud's heart throbbed harder and harder with the wish to help. And as the wish became stronger, the cloud felt itself growing larger. Of course, with each passing hour, the sun's heat radiated down stronger and stronger and stronger. The cloud watched as the earth became hotter and the people began to faint. The poor people were forced to continue working no matter how hot it got or how many of them fainted. In the mid-afternoon, the cloud noticed something different about the people. Looking up, it is if they were praying that the cloud would help them. I will help you, whispered the cloud. I will. At once, the cloud descended toward the earth, but as it got close to the ground, it stopped, reminded of something as a cloud child. The cloud thought back to sitting in Mother Ocean's lap and learning that clouds that got too close to the earth would die. Floating just off the earth's surface, the cloud grew still and considered its options. Then in a brave voice, the cloud exclaimed, "People of the earth, no matter what happens to me, I will help you." Filled with great love for the people, the cloud grew 3 times as big. It reached in all directions out over the fields, farms, and dried riverbeds. So majestic was the sight that the people stopped to look up in awe at the great cloud. They knew that it was there to help. A brilliant glow flashed from the cloud's heart as its powerful voice thundered across the sky. I am here to help you, people of the earth. The cloud stormed down the rest of the way to the earth's surface, giving its life in a shower of nourishing rain. That rain was the death of the cloud, but it was also the cloud's greatest deed. The rain did not stop until the thirst of the earth and the thirst of the people had been satisfied. And when it did, the most lovely rainbow arched across the fields, farms, and now flowing rivers, a final sign of the cloud's love for the people. So the cloud really sacrificed a lot, didn't it, to help the people? Let's go back through this story. Who was the main character in this story? And you guys can unmute and answer as we go. Who was the main character?
The cloud.
The cloud, yeah. So what can we do to represent the cloud, Suzy?
So I like what's called child's pose or rabbit's pose because you're kind of round like a cloud. And it's really nice if you're feeling like sad or angry. You just go on your knees and put your head down and have your arms back.
Can everyone do that? Can everyone get in the child's pose? Pretend you're a nice round cloud. Yeah, awesome. So then at the beginning of the story, what was our cloud doing as it floated through the sky? Where was it looking? Do I remember? Yeah, it was looking down at the earth. What can we do for that?
So I think that one, look down at the earth, just put your feet together in a way and let your arms dangle down and let your head relax down like you're looking down right at your toes.
All our clouds looking down.
You can even use your fingers and kind of swing them around and point at stuff you're looking at.
This is good. So then what happened to the cloud when it wished to help the people be stronger? Do you remember what happened to the cloud? Did it get smaller? Oh, it got bigger. So how can we make our clouds bigger?
You know what, the one I like for this, remember that big breath we did at the beginning? So if you can do it all at once, breathe in the belly and the ribs and the chest, then lift your arms up and feel really big. And then, whoo!
Then the cloud noticed that the earth was becoming more dry and brown. And what did it notice about the people? How were the people doing?
Terrible.
Anybody
They
remember how
were really hot, and some of them were faint.
we were really struggling, right? They were having a hard time working. What do you think, Suzy?
For this one, I like
Getting more weak.
if you, this is a standing one. Let me see if I can make it so you guys can see me. If you feel like the world's on your back, so you have one finger your left back, and bring your arms back and look sort of down and really try to bring your hands together. It's a struggle, right? It feels like there's something big on your back.
Oh, that's really hard.
And then if you want to, you can push your feet to the left or forward and try to bring your hands as close together as they'll go.
Oh, yeah.
When they're actually touching.
Whoa, yours are touching? I can't do that.
Wow. Impressive.
Very impressive.
So then the people are struggling because as the day passed, the sun is doing what? It's getting stronger and stronger. How can we symbolize that?
So the sun getting stronger and stronger. Let's start out in our forward fold again. So you're just bending down basically to touch your toes. And then roll your spine up, up. I'm going to do this on my knees so you can see me. Up, and then lift up, up, up. And then a little trick, bring your hands behind you. Clasp your hands together if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Get them as close as possible. And then open up. Bend back a little bit. Will you move your hands away from your back? And then release up. And come back down. Whew. You can really feel that, can't you?
You really can. The sun feels really strong.
Yeah.
And so then, as the day went on, the little cloud noticed, what did it notice the people doing? They were so hot and they were really looking for help. So where were they looking? They were looking up in the sky at the cloud, right? They were looking up to the cloud.
So for this one, we can do warrior one, which is similar to the other one. You just have your right foot forward, your left foot back, and just bring your arms up. Turn your hands a little bit inside so your pinkies are facing each other, and then reach up to the sky. You can feel that in your legs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking for help. And so what did the cloud do after it told the people it would help them?
Stop.
Down to the earth, right?
For the down to the earth, we're going to do the squat. This is harder than it looks. You come down like a frog. So you're on the balls of your feet. Your arms are in between your legs. Now, here's the tricky part. If you can, don't worry if you can't, just stay there. If you can, come down onto your heels, bring your hands together, and then straighten your spine. Don't worry if you can't do it. It's just kind of fun to sort of, you can also just rock back and forth on the balls of your feet.
Or you can fall over like me.
Or you can fall over and roll.
So the cloud scooted down to the earth.
So that's hard.
Decided it was going to help them no matter what.
Yeah.
Just like the Grinch's
That's not.
3 sizes bigger. So how can we look 3 sizes bigger?
This is a really easy yoga pose, but it's something our bodies don't do very much. Stretch in all directions. So stretch your legs out. And stretch your arms up. I'll bend so you can see me. Arms up, legs out, and just stretch the back of your neck. Stretch so your fingers are trying to reach something. Stretch so your toes are trying to reach something. Try to make your space between your toes. And here's a little trick. If you get tired of all that online school and you start getting a little sleepy, if you do that, you feel your heart rate. Yeah, it helps you wake up.
So then the cloud got all big, and then what did it do to help the people? What did it do?
It died.
Well,
It rained.
yeah, it rained. That's right. It rained. It gave up all its good water. How are we going to do that?
For raining, you can come sitting on your back with your legs out in front of you. And I want you to have rain fingers and start raining down your legs past your knees. See how far your rain can go. And when you can't go any further, just grab that part of your leg and straighten the spine and just pull yourself down a little bit. I can't go very far in this one. And then raining back up. Bring your arms up and come down. Woo! Great job, you guys.
Nice. So it rained and rained and rained and brought water back to the earth. And then what appeared in the sky after the rain stopped? What do you remember?
A rainbow.
A rainbow.
So, all right, if you guys have done a wheel before, it's a little bit tough. If you haven't done one before, you don't have to. You can do a bridge. So the bridge one, if you lay on your back, and you sort of get your back nice and flat, and then roll your spine up, off,
You don't have to do that.
and then roll down. If you want to do the wheel, you put your hands next to your head. You make sure your feet are nice and strong, and if you want a parent to help you with this, you can, so they can support your back. So don't try it if you're worried about it. And then you push up.
Yeah. If my mom was here to help you, I would do that.
But this is my
And then
I'm using it.
I'm going to stick with the bridge.
Great job, guys. Good rainbows.
Everybody, what do you think of that story? Did it make you think about ways that you might be able to be of service and maybe make, not quite the same size sacrifice as the cloud. We're not asking you to do that, but something that we think about and talk about in church a lot is how can we use what we have to help other people? And sometimes it means taking a risk, right? Being brave and taking a risk. And that's kind of what the cloud did. The cloud took a real risk today. So we're going to close each week with just a couple minutes of relaxation that Suzy's going to lead us through. So I'll let you take it away, Suzy.
So, relaxing is about sort of what's comfortable for you. So if you're more comfortable sitting and closing your eyes, or if you're more comfortable laying on your back and closing your eyes, whatever feels good to you, just you have to know how you feel comfortable. And always, if you don't want to close your eyes, you don't have to. It just makes it a little easier to imagine the story I'm going to read you. It's a little one. So if you can, close your eyes and take a deep breath, that big belly breath that we've been doing before. So take a big belly breath all the way up and just let it out. And just do that 2 more times, as big as you can. And then again. And what I want you to do is that with your eyes closed, if possible, imagine that you are the cloud in the story. You're floating merrily across a clear blue sky. You look down at the Earth's surface and see the ground is very dry and brown. You see the people of Earth sweating and exhausted as they work in the field. Feel the urge to help the people of Earth. As your wish to help the people grow stronger, you feel yourself growing larger. You grow and grow and grow until you're a huge cloud. Now you begin to lower toward the earth. As you get close to the earth, you become scared. You know that clouds that touch the earth die. All of a sudden, love fills you and you grow 3 times as big. You stretch out over the fields, farms, and riverbeds. You see the people looking up at you, ready and waiting for your help. As you storm down the rest of the way to the earth's surface in a shower of rain, you have re-energized the people, and land turns green and a brilliant rainbow appears. I want you, well, wherever you are, laying down or sitting up, to take a couple more of those big, deep breaths. Now, if you're laying down, maybe start to roll your wrists a little bit and roll your ankles. And then give yourself a big stretch, either just with your arms or if you're laying down with your arms and your legs, a big stretch, just like when we were standing up. Now, bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a big hug. Good. And then bring your knees over to the left, but you look over to the right. And then you bring your knees over to the right, but look over to the left. And then come back. And then as gently as you want to, you can go on your side and roll up, or you can roll up from your back, whichever is more comfortable to you. And then sit up big and strong. One more big inhale up with your arms, palms together, and exhale, come down. Wonderful job, you guys. You guys are naturals.
Nice job, everybody. So at the end of our yoga time, let's put our hands together. Let's use our word that we learned this summer, namaste, right? Which means the light in me bows to the light in you, or the God in me bows to the light, to the God in you. Let's all say namaste.
Namaste.
And I hope that over the next couple of weeks, you will look for chances to see where you might be of help or of service, to do what you can to be helpful. And we will do this again in a couple of weeks. And our next story will be called The 3 Apples. So I hope to see all of you back in a couple of weeks. And that's what we will be talking about. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Suzy.
Bye, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
So happy to see you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.